So we entered the last part of this crypto bear market, which is also the hardest part of this crypto bear market. And in this video, I would like to show you why it could get so hard and what you can do about it, because 99% of the people, they give up. I want to show you why you should not give up, what it takes to not give up. So with that being said, if you like the content, smack the like button, subscribe to the channel, turn on the bell notification, and let's get right into it. It's all about your mindset. And I know if you feel like, oh my god, this is gonna be one of those motivational speech videos, I just want gems. Sorry, sometimes you need this kind of stuff because this stuff is important. It's more important to know how you have to approach crypto than that you actually know what the best altcoins are. Then you are just saying basically, I don't know nothing, just tell me what to do and I make money. It's not that easy. Also not in crypto. So the thing with crypto is that if we are in a bear market, once we start in a bear market, right, we go down pretty fast. Here we started in November 2021 and we basically went straight down to June 2022, right? And it was a lot of sideways from there. And then another, black swan, whatever the hell happened, whatever it might be, that's normal that we see something like that again. And I think we now approached a new area of the bear market quite a while ago already. But I would like to tell you why I think that and what's the best thing to do right here. So why do people give up, right? It's not necessarily because people they aped in at around the top. It all comes down, they lose all their money and they feel like, fuck, this is not working for me, let's get out of here. Okay, a lot of people do that as well. But in my opinion, what I see is most people actually give up when things get boring. And although I think that the biggest move to the downside is already done, it doesn't mean it cannot become a very boring year in crypto. And if it's becoming a very boring year in crypto, that's worse, because then people feel like it's never coming back again. Nothing happens. The market, I said it before, the market tends to bottom when no one is paying attention, basically, right? And I think it's important that we as the Fomo fam right here, we at least got to pay attention. So, if you are already watching this video, so great job, but please keep going. All right, don't in like 2 weeks, 2 months from now, say like, I'll come back when the bull market starts. That doesn't work, right? But why is it so painful as well? Well, if you look at the total 3, for example, but I might as well take Bitcoin, but total 3, for example, this is the altcoin market, including stables, but it's basically down, 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 down. And what's the hardest part is that people are, look, in a bull market, you see these green candles right here. This was a very big bull market for altcoins. This was an alt season during a bull market. That's crazy. This is where millionaires have been made in a couple of weeks with a low investment, right? Like low, you can afford it as well, probably. You see all these green candles. A couple of them are red, but like no more than like 3 in a row, and it's already green for a couple of weeks. Crazy, right? Also, in a bear market, it's also the case that if we go down, we see these big spikes to the upside still, right? We see a big ass green candle right here. It doesn't look that big if I zoom out, but if we really look at it, this is in 1 week overall 22% on the total 3, which is, I don't know, around 35% on average on altcoin, right? That's in a week. That's nice. That's definitely good. Here as well, we did even better, right? With a pump of 30%. Here we have a complete rally. Here we had a rally. Here we have a complete rally. People are kind of used to, seeing these big numbers to give them that, euphoric feeling that you get when you invest in an altcoin and it goes up. You feel really good that day and it can, influence your whole day and your whole mood. people are kind of getting used to that. So even in a bear market, when we have these rallies, but the bear market is so hard because overall the trend is still down. Look, I mean, at these yellow lines, this is the trend. It's still down, right? And we're still in the middle of that trend. And what we do here is basically we go to the upside, people get euphoric, we go down, people get depressed. They get a little euphoric again, but we go down way more, so people get freaking depressed. Then we go up again to give people the feeling like, okay, it's back again, we're gonna make money again, right? They even maybe invest right here, and then we go down again. People get more depressed, right? Then we go up again, gives them a little hope, go down even further. Still more money to be lost right there. People get way more depressed. They get angry as shit, right? Then we go up again. People really feel like, okay, this time it's it. And then we go down again, right? Still, the pattern hasn't really changed that much, right? We can actually just go here as well. And after all that happened, we will start going sideways. So after that complete emotional roller coaster of losing money and thinking that you will make money, but at the end of the day, looking at your total balance and be like, wow, I came from so far and this is what I have left. And then nothing happens. Yeah, that's why people feel like, all right, fuck it. Fuck it then. I don't care anymore, right? And we have to change that mindset. You have to be prepared. And I think you can change that mindset by knowing that what I've just drawn is an opportunity for, you know, this could play out. I mean, so far, this is what plays out. And at a certain point, we go up again. But we don't know if that's going to be here or here, right? And what happens in the meantime. And you might think like, okay, the chart says this and that because I've drawn a line like this, like I've drawn a line like this, right? I mean, breakout, well, apparently retest and we'll see. I think that if you consider at least the scenario you do not want to consider is the best thing. Like I want to see my altcoins go up, right? So I like looking at the charts and finding things that suggest that my altcoin might go up, right? It broke a trend. It broke the, you know, the bull market support band. I don't know, the 50 daily moving average. Well, we got done at that again in this case, but I like to do that. But if you really want to keep it real and be prepared for the other way around as well, then you should not put too much focus on that as well. So please be a little careful when it comes to getting your hopes up, right? Overall, this is, like I said, the total 3. Because I just know that most of you guys are more interested in altcoins than in Bitcoin, so it is what it is. But, you know, the Bitcoin chart doesn't look that different. But overall, it is still in a downtrend. Now, yeah, of course, there are cases to be made for, you know, Bitcoin that you can say like, okay, we were going down, right? But we broke this diagonal trend. We broke the bull market support band right here. We are still, oh, well, not anymore, but we were still holding the 50 daily moving average at least. We made a higher high. We, you know, there are a lot of things that you can say like, okay, this time it looks a little better right now. And if you look at the macro perspective, right, like the stochastic RSI is finally turning up, and I definitely see a lot of things that are very bullish. But when I look at a monthly chart, if I see something bullish brewing right here, it could easily be that it plays out somewhere end of the year maybe, or next summer if we're lucky. Like that could take a long while. And in the meantime, Bitcoin could easily go down still, right? I mean, even if we just have to follow this trend line right here, right? This green line that I've drawn that we finally broke out of. I mean, yeah, we broke above it, so it's now support instead of resistance, right? We had resistance here, we had resistance here, we had, well, not really resistance. A week later, we broke it. But it doesn't mean we cannot do this based on that line, right? And then it's still support, great, but we still go down. So boredom is even more killing. But I just want you to notice that these are going to be some tough times. And I can show you some, I will show you some statistics in a minute that back that up, that if you are still here, then you are already on the way of winning. Because you can look at it however you want, but crypto is player versus player, right? You want to buy low where someone sells you at that low level. So you win and they lose. And then when it gets high, you want to sell it to them when they buy it high. So they lose, you win again. And so it is player versus player. You are not fighting anybody else than everybody, basically. It's a weird quote, but it's what it is. If we look like previous cycles, for example, people argue, and I think there is a case to be made that it's true, but people say that if we compare this to the 2018-19 cycle, that we are somewhere here right now, right? We had, we went down, 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 down. We had a hard crash right here, sideways for a bit, up again. And that hard crash was in November. Well, here also, we went down, 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 down. We had the hard crash in November, sideways, up again, right? It's looking, when it comes to that, kind of the same. Also, bull market support band finally got broken right here. Bull market support band finally got broken right here, right? It's actually pretty similar, right? But there are also things on the chart right now that are, like Benjamin Cohen pointed out, actually pretty similar to the dot-com crash, which could suggest that Bitcoin still has a long way down to go, but that's for another time. But if we like to compare it to this right here, then great, let's compare it to this right here. I said this before. Okay, yeah, in 2019 we saw a big pump from the bottom to the top, right? That big pump, is that likely to follow now? Well, it is kind of a difference though, that in 2018 we fell 84%. Right? We came from 20K and we went all the way down to 3K to round it up, right? Now we fell 76, 75, 76%. It doesn't sound like a big difference, but it's actually a big difference, right? I mean, this is what, 4 times as low? 3K, when you compare it to 20K, like that's a lot more. That's 6.5 times as low. Right, so that's quite a lot lower. So the pump that comes after it is a lot higher as well. Plus the market cap of Bitcoin was lower, diminishing returns. So it took less to pump it that hard. So let's say that we are somewhere here right now. We could definitely pump maybe a little bit, maybe we don't. But what happened in every bear market so far is like, look at this. I mean, here we were sitting at around 9, 10K in June 2019. If you look right here, September 2020, we were basically sitting at that same level. So more than a year, with our ups and downs, of course, it was overall still going sideways, right? And it was boring the shit out of people. And if they didn't get bored, they got wrecked, because we had, candles to the upside that wrecked the bears and candles to the downside that wrecked the bulls. So everybody got wrecked. Whether you were a bear, whether you were a bull, or whether you were just sitting on the sideline like, okay, like there was nothing going on for nobody. Right? And it could definitely be that we are in, and I'm not saying that we are, but I just want to point out the possibilities, right? Everything is possible. And if that's the case, look, then it's very simple. Then it could definitely be that we will, go sideways to maybe around, March 2024. And that we'll do something like, I don't know, something like this. Not exactly like, but, with our ups and downs, basically come at around the same level in March 2024. It's possible. Other than that, I don't think that the cycle is broken. I mean, nothing on this chart or whatever suggests that this cycle is different, right? We're still going down like every other bear market. This time we have another reason than the last bear market. But, overall the outcome is pretty much the same. So if you then look at these blue lines, which are the Bitcoin halving, you'll see that after the Bitcoin halving, we get that pump, right? We get that parabolic bull run. After this Bitcoin halving as well, we had the halving, and a couple, two months sideways or down, but then we really have that parabolic move, right? So I don't expect, also keep in mind, it's possible that we do something different then, but, based on what happened so far, I do kind of expect that after this period, so around July, maybe, well, March, May, June, July, put it around here, that we really start going parabolic, and that's the point that we actually enter the parabolic bull run. I do think personally that these, like, what I mean by sideways is not necessarily staying at 22.3 forever. I still think that it's possible for us to go to around 40K this year. I said that earlier, 40, 45K possible, and I still think that's possible. But it's also possible that we get there and just come back to that 20K or even slightly lower, right? That it's just ranging, but it's just a big range, basically. So, you know, be prepared for maybe just a little bit of a boring year. Like 99% of the people, they give up. And let them give up. As long as you don't, it's okay. This is, I showed you this before. This is the risk for Bitcoin. And if we look at the historical risk levels, that's a red line. The risk levels, this is a summary of on-chain data, the price, the social metrics, right? So everything. And the lower it is, the better the chances to buy. And it's not there yet. It's definitely not there yet, right? If we see where we bottomed out before, we're still sitting a lot higher than that. So there's just too much going on. If we look at purely the price, how does that look? Well, when it comes to price, we, were there, basically. We went lower here and here, but we were at the same level in 2015 and 2000. Well, yeah, that's where it started, so that doesn't really count. But this is a level for me to say, like, okay, price-wise, could definitely be, that the bottom is in. We haven't really seen it before that we were that low and for so long and got up and then finally saw that final low, right? So I don't know. So price, okay. If we look at the on-chain data, not really, right? We were close. Yeah, I don't know. Could be that we get, that it's a little better than the previous cycles, but it's still close. But then, if you look at the social risk, that's what's holding us up, right? So the social risk is people watching YouTube videos, people people subscribing to YouTube channels, people following Twitter analysts, layer ones on Twitter, all that kind of stuff. Here you have it, exchanges on Twitter. If you look at that, then you'll see that we already bottomed also with this in 2017, all at zero. 2019, we bottomed there as well, at around zero. Yeah, and in this cycle, we had our bottom, was here at 0.166. That's kind of far from the bottom. So people are definitely losing interest. If you see this red line where it came from 1, right? And it was at 0.16. So that's a lot lower, right? So a lot of people already gave up. They gave up. But it's not there yet. Although it's still, in its downwards trend. Also, this thing here is making lower lows. So, yeah, it looks like it's approaching that. And I don't want this community to be, the community that is doing this. I don't want you guys to, to give up. Because, like I said, the crypto market, they bottom when people are not interested anymore. If you look in 2019, for example, here there was no attention. It was exactly where the bottom was, right? It was with everything always the same case. So although it might be a boring year, there is a lot to do. If it gets boring, manage your expectations. Make a plan for yourself. Like, okay, how is my portfolio looking right now? And what if the crypto market really blows up? Am I satisfied? Cool. How big do I think the chance is that that happens, right? Make a ratio between that. But also the other way around. What if Bitcoin and crypto, especially altcoins, will find a new bottom? Am I having the right portfolio, right amount of cash, right cash flow, disposable income? to take advantage of that. Cool. If it goes sideways, how do I make sure that it's not boring? I do that by participating in IDOs. I do that by staking some tokens, right? If it goes sideways and I'm staking, then I'm winning at the end of the day. Cool, right? And you have to have the belief that it's going somewhere. So that's the last thing I wanted to say about this. I mean, you call me crazy, but I believe Bitcoin is going to around 300K at the top of the next cycle. Might be completely wrong, but that's just what the charts showed us so far. So I'm just, you know, believing what the charts do until they do something else, right? But if I believe that, then I feel like, okay, another year, maybe sideways, boring, but worth it. It's kind of all I wanted to touch on. Anything else? If you sign up to Bybit, link in the description. I just partnered with them. You get up to $30,000 of welcome bonus. And you get a airdrop when Delysium, their AG token, gets released right there. All you have to do is being a subscriber or being and Bybitter through my link. I don't know. I'm tired. Guys, thanks for watching. If you have any questions, comments, leave them right down there. Smack the like button, turn on the bell notifications, subscribe button, all the buttons you can find. And I'll see you guys very soon. Bye.